Hi and welcome to another Watch Geek video. Today, we're taking a closer look at the evolution of the most popular G-Shock of 2019 and 2020, the GA-2100. This new model is called the GM-2100, where the letter M represents the metal used for the bezel and dial. The GA-2100 hit the watch world like a storm when it was introduced, and I don't think even Casio could have predicted the popularity of the CasiOak as it was named by the fans. The demand exploded. It became a must-have among watch enthusiasts, and with Casio not being able to keep with the initial demand, it became probably the first and only non-limited G-Shock that started selling way above its MSRP. Beautifully restrained, very thin compared to its chunky brethren, and simple in design, it ticked all the right boxes for more serious watch collectors who found regular G-Shocks too playful and childish. It was a G-Shock for grown-ups while still keeping the core G-Shock values. The fact it slightly resembled the famous Royal Oak from Audemars Piguet just increased the hype and the modding industry. Soon we started seeing first attempts at creating an all-metal and bracelet to make it even more similar to the Royal Oak, culminating in the third generation of these replacement sets that even I had to feature on my channel, as they were that good. Sadly, due to the way the bracelet attaches to the bezel, like on a real Royal Oak, it also meant it looked weird on my small wrist. But with growing demand for these, it was only a matter of time before Casio themselves made a metal version. This model is a result of that. Even though it still lacks a metal bracelet, the bezel is here, and it is a beauty. Unlike the modded one, this one is not trying to mimic the Royal Oak, but rather has its own design full of G-Shock DNA through and through. It does elevate the watch to a new level, especially when you see the finish with the brushing on top of the bezel and mirror polishing everywhere else. Even the dial was improved with brushed metal, completing an even more serious look. The strap is also a simpler and more elegant variation of the regular G-Shock strap, with only one vent ridge and this cool pattern that starts as dots on the ends and grows to a square pattern where the strap attaches to the case, reminding me of the Royal Oak dial. Whether Casio wanted to pay tribute to the watch the original was named after, I don't know, but it does work great with the watch and I do like it a lot. What hasn't changed is the module used, so function-wise this stays the same as the GA-2100. The watch comes with a world time function, a 24-hour stopwatch and a 24-hour countdown timer, and 5 alarms. A pretty standard set of functions when it comes to basic battery-operated G-Shocks. And while I always love the simplicity of basic Gs and always say they have everything you need and nothing you don't, I wish Casio expanded a bit on this model, especially given how bad these are for nighttime visibility, this one included. The lume is only applied to the hands, and even there it is not really that strong, while the LED used lights up the screen only. Combine that with the stealthy markers and dark hands on a dark dial, and you have one of the least legible watches you can buy, which is something I dislike. The regular GA-2100 can be bought in a pure black and white variant, making it quite legible, but with the GM, you only have different colors of the dial, with each one being hard to read. Speaking of missed opportunity, given the high popularity of the original GA-2100, I expected us to see a solar atomic, Bluetooth equipped, and even an all-analog variant by now. An all-metal version of all these variants would have been great as well. Why Casio hasn't done it by now, I have no idea. It is as if they're not aware of how good of a design they made with this. This GM-2100 is the step in the right direction, but it just has us wanting more. Hopefully they come to their senses and soon we see more variants introduced. I would personally want a solar atomic, all analog and all metal model with a sapphire crystal and decent lume. I wouldn't care about the price increase as long as it had all that. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.